If there's an emergency, are you ready? The City of Hamilton is taking part in Canada's annual Emergency Preparedness Week. It's next week, and Hamilton Fire Chief David Cunliffe joins us now. It's usually when we see you on the show, it's because of some disaster. So it's good to have you on the show
nice to be here
with no smoke or flames around you.
Exactly.
So welcome.
Exactly.
So this is something in case of emergency where you're going to have to leave your house very quickly. And we've seen this week with power outages.
Exactly. So one of the things we want to talk about this year is plan for every season, because we know emergencies are going to happen, and they're going to happen in different places, right? So we want people to be prepared. This is that opportunity to sit down and have that conversation with the folks that you live with in your residence and make a plan. So if something was to happen, like what you just said, we had a lot of power outages this week, a lot of down wires. Some folks were without hydro for a number of hours. What are you going to do? Do you have enough food staples in your house that you can be self-sustaining? Do you have a barbecue, a propane barbecue or a gas barbecue that you can use to cook with? Do you have water? Do you have things, non-perishable foods that you can have if you don't have heat? Or hydro.
Are your phones charged up?
Well, so that's a big thing today, right? So everybody, all our lives are on our phones. And one of the things is if you can't charge that phone, or if the cell towers go down, what do you do? So one of the things is we tell people, make a kit. And in that kit, write out those phone numbers that are most important to you, right? The other thing is that if the power goes out, it's dark. So make sure you got a flashlight and some batteries around. You know, the old battery operated or wind radio, it's still very helpful, because if there's no electricity, you need to stay in touch, right? We want you to have an understanding what's going on and what's happening. So we want you to know that. The other thing is, in terms of medications, make sure you know where your medications are. Have them in a little package like we have here.
Okay, so we've got here, yeah.
That so that you can grab that and go, because you may not be able to stay in your house. Let's just say we have a large incident and we have to evacuate an area. It could be a flood, it could be a fire, it could be anything, a wind event. And so we may have to have you come out, and you may need to go and stay in an evacuation center. So make sure you have the necessities. So personal toiletries. Make sure that the other thing too is make sure you think about your pets, right? Mm-hmm. So if your pets have some food, have a little dog bowl or a pet bowl that they can get water from. If they need medication, make sure you have some of that with you, right? And so it's really important that you think ahead, because when that emergency hits, as you said, you may not have a lot of time. You may have to just leave right away. People may say, like, this is a life-threatening situation, you need to get out.
We think of the wildfire situations too, right? Like where you've got to get out now.
Yeah, and it may not be a wildfire situation here in the city, but it could be the building next door is on fire. Mm-hmm. And we have flames that are impinging, and you need to leave, right? And then at that point, you don't know how long it's going to be before you get back. It could be hours, it could be days, right? So one of the things that's important is have this kit in a place where you know where it is. Okay,
and it doesn't have to be a fancy bag like this.
No.
It could be anything as long as it's together, and don't have it like, okay, so ours is in our basement in a tote. And if it's dark in the crawl space, am I going to pull out Christmas lights, or am I going to get the emergency?
That could be very interesting, Annette. Yeah.
Yes.
You end up out the front with a bunch of Christmas lights, and you really need your kit with water. Yeah. I would say you're not prepared.
No. Okay, so keep this by the front door or in a closet or something.
Absolutely. Know where it is. Make sure that the folks that are in the residence that you live with know where this is as well. The other thing is, if you happen to get separated in something like this, have a plan about how you can get back together. Have a meeting point. Have a place that you can notify, and so that you can get together, right? Because that's one of the things that's kind of important, is if you get evacuated and you get separated, you know, it's going to add more angst to the situation. So have a way of getting in touch with each other. Okay.
Great advice. Is there on your website or the City of Hamilton's website?
Yeah. So www.hamilton.ca/emergency.
Okay.
There's the emergency guides. It talks about the 72-hour kit and just gives you tips on how to be prepared.
Great. And we'll have a link to that and up on our website at chch.com/morninglive. Great to have you in here with no emergency.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.